interested in buying a property in Cabo, you're probably going to be spending a lot of your hard-earned cash. It can be intimidating and even frightening to buy property in another country. It's a really big deal, especially since Cabo is mostly a cash market. I'm going to spill some tea here and probably ruffle a few feathers. There are some really bad agents in Cabo, y'all. There are also some really good ones, but how do you know how to pick the right one? You don't want to miss out on your dream home or risk a deal just falling apart because you're working with an inexperienced or unscrupulous agent. Let me tell you, I see it happen more often than it ever should. You have the right to work with a buyer's agent who has your best interest at heart. In this video, I'm going to provide you with some questions that you should ask and maybe things that you should look for. Look, it's your money. You should not be afraid to ask important questions of your agent. A good agent will not be offended by your questions. I'm also going to pull back the curtain and shatter a marketing myth that I think is probably responsible for how most people find their buyer's agents. You won't believe it, I don't believe it, but it's the truth. But before we dive in, please like and subscribe to my channel. I firmly believe that if the right information is out there, I can help people feel more confident to follow their dreams. That's why I started this channel, and it's the goal behind every video that I release. Okay, here are a few questions that I suggest you ask the buyer's agent that you're interested in working with. Number 1, do you have a real estate license in Baja California, sir? Please make sure your agent is licensed to sell real estate in Cabo. This may come as a shock to you, but many agents in Cabo are not licensed. Real estate licenses have not been required and enforced in Mexico until very recently, so many people who call themselves agents have slid under the radar and never gone through formal training regarding the rules and regulations for Cabo. I find that stunning and unacceptable. There are people right now who are buying property in Cabo and spending huge amounts of money, and they don't even know that they're working with an unlicensed agent. Blows my mind. To verify if your agent is licensed, they should have identification with their photo on it, proving the fact that they've been tested by Conocer and are authorized to be a real estate agent. It should look like mine. Number 2, are you a member of any professional associations or do you have any special certifications? While not required, membership to a professional organization like the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, is also a really good sign. Memberships like this show commitment to understanding the real estate market as a whole and a dedication to professional standards of contact. This is what my membership card looks like. You cannot get one unless you're a licensed agent, so having one is another way to provide proof of licensing. Number 3, how long have you been living in the area? People who live here full-time and year-round are usually more invested in our town. They understand things like traffic patterns, emerging communities, and how Los Cabos is changing. They know which neighborhoods are in decline and hear the local buzz about the latest plans for certain areas. They also probably have a large network of friends and professional associates. This really comes in handy because while they may not know the answer to every question, they will definitely know who to turn to find it. 4th, tell me a little bit about your brokerage. Maybe most importantly, you should make sure that any agent you work with has a strong team of experienced professionals working with them in their brokerage. It's not necessarily the size of the brokerage, but it's the depth of the experience and the commitment to excellence that you should look for. Look, problems can come up with any real estate deal. If something unforeseen happens, you need to know that you have a team of knowledgeable specialists in your corner. Number 5, Is this your listing? This is where the marketing trick comes in. Just because a listing for a property comes up on Google under Joe Schmo doesn't mean that he has anything to do with the listing or knows anything about the area. He has just paid a firm to grab random properties off our local MLS and pump them out on the internet. You type in homes in Cabo and boom, up pops Joe. And you assume he knows all about the property. He doesn't. Look, if you're really serious about buying property in Cabo, you should spend your time researching agents, not properties. A good agent can find you the right property. At Finn Real Estate Group, my team and I meet all of these criteria, and we would love to work with you to help you find your dream home in Cabo.